In the book Hasidic Tales of the Holocaust, Yafa Eliach writes the story of the Bluzhever Rebbe who was imprisoned in the brutal Yanovska labor camp during the Holocaust. The tortures that the Nazis perpetrated in this camp were notorious, terrible, horrible stories that are unimaginable. One day the Nazis marched the Jews out to the field and they reached the ditch and they announced, whoever can't jump across this massive ditch and falls in, we're going to shoot you there in the ditch and that'll be your grave. The Rebbe had befriended an unaffiliated Jew, and the Jew said to him, Rebbe, I have to say, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you. When I was growing up, I didn't know so many religious Jews, but your personality has changed my perception of what religious people really are. I want to thank you, but it seems that this is the end of the road. So, nice knowing you, Rebbe. The Rebbe said, no, my friend, we're going to make it. Let's hold hands, we'll jump together, we're going to make it. And together they counted to 3, they ran, they jumped, and miraculously, they made it across the ditch. The unaffiliated Jew said, wow, Rebbe, there is a God. How did you do it? I can't believe it. What a miracle. How did we make it? How are we alive? And the Rebbe said, I held on to the merit of my parents. I turned to Hashem from the bottom of my heart and I said, please let us live. Sincerely, authentically, genuinely. And if you have us survive, Hashem, I will dedicate my life to Avas Hashem and Avas Yisrael. And sure enough, I opened my eyes, we were on the other side. But what were you thinking? In what merit did you make it? And the unaffiliated Jew said, Rebbe, I was holding on to you. In the beginning of this week's Parshas Shemos, it opens up the sefer that tells us about the exile of the Jews to Egypt and their eventual redemption. The very first pasuk says, V'ela Shemos b'nei Yisrael haba Mitzrayim. These are the names of the Jews that came down to Mitzrayim, Es Yaakov Ishuvei Sovo, that they came with Yaakov. The Chavetz Chaim asks, wait, there's something not right about this pasuk. Because if we go back to Sefer Bereshit and we look at the story, we see that really the Shvatim went down to Mitzrayim, then had to come back. Yaakov came with them. They brought Yaakov down. What does that mean? Es Yaakov Ishuvei Subo. What does it mean that the Shvatim who were about to list in the pasuk, what does it mean that they came with Yaakov? That's not accurate. Really, Yaakov came with them. So the Chavetz Chaim explains, because the Shvatim knew what the experience of Mitzrayim was going to be. They knew how dangerous spiritually, Galus, how challenging religiously Mitzrayim was going to be. And they didn't know how they were going to do it. But when they went to get Yaakov, to bring him down to Mitzrayim, they realized that maybe physically they were bringing Yaakov, but they were looking to him. They were holding on to him to make sure that they survived religiously. He was the link to Avram Avinu. He was the rock. He was the one that no matter what the situation, even when he went to Galus with Lavan, even when he was being chased by Esav, never wavered in his commitment to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Shvatim said, yes, maybe we're bringing Yaakov down, but really we're going with Yaakov, and that's how we plan on surviving. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should present to us the role models, the legacies that we need in order to survive through this long galus, and he should help us understand that we also then have a responsibility to the future to turn ourselves into those examples, to those paradigms, so that future generations can hold on to us as well. Have a great Shabbos.